It's us, Tracy Ann,
Andrea.
two moms and a metabolism.
So today we wanted to chat a little bit about the holidays. A lot of times people get super stressed because they're worried, oh, I'm gonna eat this or eat that, I'm gonna blow my diet, it's gonna be a horrible thing, I'm gonna gain all this weight, and it sometimes makes them super scared to be even participating in the holidays.
And you want to enjoy the holidays, right? It's not a holiday season, it's a holiday. Big difference, right? So it might mean maybe you have to go to a couple different meals or a single meal or whatever it is. People ask all the time, is it real? Am I going to gain if I have that bite of pumpkin pie? If I'm going to have a little bit of that roll? No. It's one day.
Yeah.
It's one meal or two meals or whatever you do on your family's holiday. We can't stress, right? If you want to stress that much about one day, that's just a real good gateway to build up those cortisol levels and store in your fatty tissue. So that's what we'll actually be storing, right? If you decided to maybe eat that way and have the pie, have the rolls, have all those things, and you're trying to lose weight and you're doing that every day, definitely don't expect the results, right? Yeah. But again, it's a holiday. So we don't want you to be scared of the season that it is. It is festive. There are those things that of course come across, and there's a lot of emotions to the seasons too, and we get that. So sometimes it could just be a celebration. Sometimes there might be some negative emotions attached to the holidays too, or some sad, and therefore you go to what was comfort. And a lot of times that's food and drink. But what we don't want is that the feeling of, oh my gosh, if I have this, and it's the one day, is it going to make or break my success? And truly the answer is no.
It's not going to happen overnight. You don't gain weight, all these pounds overnight. And I would say too, don't stress that the couple days after, don't get on the scale if you're stressing about it, because that's not going to help you. That's just going to set you up to be more down on yourself, right? Mm-hmm. So don't even think about it. Just say, I'm going to enjoy the day. And also think about it more as the social. A lot of times food is a very social thing, but if we can bring it more into the relationships, the things that we're enjoying together and doing right. with friends or family or whoever it may be that you get together with on the holidays, that is the most important thing, right? We talk about gratitude, especially at this time of year. What are you grateful for? That's what you should be focusing on, at the holidays when you're gathering with family and friends. So don't stress so much about the food. If you want some quick tips to maybe make it less stressful when you're feeling like, okay, I still want to try and stay, in certain boundaries, try to eat your protein first, because that's going to help you feel fuller longer. Yep. Get some veggies and some fruit in. But if you want whatever, the mashed potatoes, the rolls, the stuffing, the pie, okay, have a little bit, eat those after you've eaten those other foods, so you're not going to have as much room left for them, but you can still enjoy them, right?
Yes. And if you need to, plan ahead. If you're really worried and it's actually giving you more anxiety than it's worth, then go ahead and plan ahead. Maybe you eat something at your home first before going to the holiday meal, so you aren't tempted by some of those things, or especially if you're going to holiday parties, and we call them pushers, right? And no one is meaning it to be ill-willed, like, oh, here, have a piece of Aunt Martha's cake, or here's some of this amazing candy or caramels that were made, or fudge. Fudge is a big thing around this time of year. So just, a no thank you is okay. There does not have to be any guilt associated with a no thank you. Or if you feel compelled to take it, give it to someone else, or if you have to, you can just simply toss it. Again, it's not your problem that someone is pushing something on you, and if they are being too pushy, right, then simply graciously, thank you, take it and do what you want with it, right? You don't have to eat something because someone's standing right there. So don't have that guilt associated with the holidays either, or that fear of, if I go to this party, is it going to be this? Or, oh my gosh, at the workplace, all this stuff is just laid out. You do you take care of you, so you make sure to have things that are going to be healthy for you and appropriate for what your goals are. So don't be scared. You don't have to join the crowd. If the whole crowd is having donuts, it doesn't mean you have to, right?
And if you don't like donuts, don't eat it. Sometimes we eat food because it's there, especially at the holidays.
Yes.
Somebody brings you a treat or gives you something and you're like, well, I don't really love these. I wouldn't normally go eat them, but you do because they're there. That's another situation of give them to someone else, throw them away. It's okay to throw it away if it's there and maybe you're stressed and you sometimes eat out of stress and you might eat it,
Yes.
then just get rid of it before it even happens, right?
And again, a lot of people are afraid of hurting someone's feelings. Again, that's on them, okay? That's their emotions that they have to deal with. You have to take care of yourself. And I can tell you most likely they're not gonna notice if you don't take a bite, right? Generally, people aren't standing over your shoulder. It's really our own insecurities that take us to that place of fear, and we need to abolish that. So just you do what makes you happy and what feels good for you. Also, a lot of times too, it's a lot of sugary drinks around the holidays, like the hot chocolates and the eggnog and all this stuff, right? And so again, you might feel like, oh, I don't really eat this stuff, but I do. I kind of like start drinking more things, especially the hot cocoa and the marshmallows and all that stuff. Again, if it's not what you're wanting, there's nothing saying you have to do it, right? You have to do it. I would love sometimes to have more hot chocolate, right? I don't mind it, but you know what? I carry my Thrifty little water. It's got a little bit of lemon in it, and that in and of itself is an appetite suppressant and actually curbs cravings of sugar. So you could try something citrusy like that as well. And just, again, oral and hand fixation, right? Something to sip, something to hold. So a lot of times that's what it is too, and just trying to manipulate your senses through the holidays.
All right, enjoy your holidays. Don't stress. Again, holiday, not holiday season. And have a good one.
Thanks, guys.